you're a fashion girly, but you don't even know where to begin trying to find your personal style, hey, I am a professional stylist for today and I'm gonna help you out. Just kidding, I'm not a professional stylist. But when I was 10 years old, I used to dream of the day that I could finally wear a trench coat and not look silly. And honestly, I don't know if this is just, you know, younger people wanting to be older than what they actually are. But for me, I personally believe this was the beginning of the evolution of my style. And I think for most of us, the love of fashion that we have comes before we even know what fashion means. It comes before we even know what the word style means. But it's the beginning of our creativity. It's the beginning of our authenticity. So much of your self-expression, so much of who you are as a person naturally just shines through and you know who you are. You start dressing in accordance to your personality when you know who you are. That is what this video is gonna be about. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Molly and I just want to help you become the best version of yourself. I want to create fashion, lifestyle, self-development content. So if that's a bit of you, be sure to subscribe. But let's actually get on with the video. I think growing up, especially as young people, we are filled with so much ideas and ideology surrounding how the world wants us to be, surrounding who everyone else wants us to be. We forget to learn who we actually are. Forget to learn about ourselves, our personality, things that make us us. Our creativity. We forget to learn about all of that because we are being shaped and narrowed by society, by other people. And for me, this really manifests into your style, into how you express yourself, how you show up for yourself. And when I'm talking about your style, by the way, I'm talking about the things that make you stop and go, oh, I like her outfit, whatever it is, right? That to me is your style. Your style is the things that you're gravitated towards and the way you wish you could show up for yourself. To me, that is style. Growing up, we would see women dressing confidently, dressing elegantly, dressing beautifully, and wanting to feel that, wanting to be that, wanting to walk into a room with confidence. I think the older you get and the more you grow up, though, that this really gets lost. Your sense of style gets lost because it's confusing. You are confused. Especially as a teenager, for example, I was very confused about who I wanted to be, what sort of life I wanted to live. I didn't even know who I was, and I don't think many people even know who they are to this day. And therefore your style kind of becomes an amalgamation of your feelings, of your emotion. We become so focused and are hyper fixated on trends, social media trends, what's trending, what's not trending. Oh, I'm not gonna wear this month because that's so last month, that's so last year. How about we just abandon trends and just start focusing on what you actually like? If you like it, wear it. If you don't like it, don't wear it, you know? This is a big problem, I think, that comes with trends. I'm gonna get on to this later. I'm getting so carried away. This is literally my problem, is I get so carried away in my YouTube videos. I just divert point. In mind, as human beings, we are designed to fit into society. We are designed to not want to be outcasted, for people to not want to think of us in a bad way. And let me give you an example, right, of what I mean by this. When I was in year 7, there was a dress down day, and I remember I wore this green bomber jacket. I loved this jacket. I thought it was so cool. It was trending at the time. I really wanted to wear it. I bought it. Wore the bomber jacket, you know, with the skinny jeans with the rips in, all of that. That's what everyone wore when I was that age, right? I wore this to non-school uniform day, and I remember some kid in my class saying how it's a man's jacket and how it looks like I was wearing a man's jacket. And I don't know what that was in my head that just put me off the jacket, and I never really wore it again because I thought, this is uncool, people are gonna pick on me, because I did not like social confrontation. And although looking back now, like if someone said to me, like genuinely would not care less, it'd go over my head. When you are so young and when you are fresh into a school, fresh into a new civilization or a new society or a new social circle, when people criticize your outfits, when people criticize who you are, it kind of puts you off. You're like, I'm not gonna do this again because I don't want to be outcasted. And it's just natural human instinct, you know, especially when you're younger, it's even worse. So I think so much of our style is shaped by how society wants us to be, how other people want you to be. So in this video, I really want to talk about how to find your personal style, and not in the sense of copying something from Pinterest or TikTok or whatever's trending, no, but from discovering who you actually are. I want to combine the worlds together. I think so much of self-development is in fashion. I think so much of ourself is in creativity, is in fashion, you know. If you are going through something in life, sometimes it's easier to pour that and invest that into artwork, into art, into fine art, into style, into your creativity, than it is to actually acknowledge it. And I think when you combine both of those together, when you acknowledge what period of life you're in, or you are feeling, who you are, your personality, dressing and showing up for yourself fashionably and authentically comes natural. I'm telling telling you, like, I swear to you, it comes natural, and I'm going to talk a little bit about that in this video. Number one, your style starts with self-knowledge. Now, I did intro this just a minute ago. There's a lot more that I want to expand on when it comes to this. Before anything else, before trends, before anything else, your style should reflect you. It starts with loving yourself. It starts with learning about yourself. It starts with finding out every single little detail about yourself. That is how you find your style. Like, if you don't want to watch the rest of this video, I'm telling you, that's enough. Everything I've talked about so far is enough. If you want to click off, you can click off. The point that I'm trying to make is, above everything else, your personal style should be a reflection of you, not of anyone else. For example, if you are more introverted or you're more calm, you may be gravitated more to neutrals and more to a softer color palette and a softer style. Whereas if you are very extroverted and you love to be bold and you love to play around, maybe you're very spontaneous, maybe you're very impulsive, you may lean more towards bold colors and bright colors and more structure. When you know your values, your lifestyle, your personality, showing up in your style comes naturally. So the best way in which I personally would try and figure out who you are is honestly by going on a bit of a self-love journey. Maybe that could be through solo dating, maybe that could be through journaling, asking yourself raw questions, answering them honestly. You will live with yourself for the next however many years you are on this planet, however many years you are living with yourself. You may live with your family, but they don't live inside of your brain. They don't live inside of your mind. Only you do. Only you get to decide who you are. Only you get to decide how you show up for yourself and how you want to be perceived by other people. You get to create your story. You get to create your narrative. So make it authentic. When you decide to live in your authenticity, it doesn't just seep into your career. It seeps into your style. It seeps into your relationships. It seeps into what books you read, what you consume. And I think a lot of owning your authenticity is a lot about owning and learning your values. So there's a few questions I would ask yourself if you want to figure out your personal style. Number one, what outfits make me feel most confident? Could it be the outfit that you wore out for coffee today? Could it be the outfit that you wore to work the other day? Whatever outfit it is, look at the outfit and think, what about this outfit made me feel confident? Was it silhouette structure that it has? Was it the fabric? Was it the material? As an example, for me, I know that I feel very confident when I wear outfits that make me feel very elegant, but also very businesswoman, you know, entrepreneurial. Like, I've got shit going for me, even though I have no idea what the hell I'm doing. I'm just trying to show up how I think is best. I wear an outfit that makes me feel confident. It makes me feel like I have it all together. And that is exactly what finding your style is. Number two is, what fabrics or colors do I normally gravitate towards? This is going to be a big indication of what kind of outfits you like, what kind of style you have. If you gravitate towards very bold and bright colors, maybe bright pinks and bright greens and bright oranges, bright yellows, bright red, you naturally will probably dress in a very bold way. If you lean more towards neutral colors, blacks, creams, white, maybe you are more neutral. Final question which you need to ask yourself, which to me is the most important question, like take or leave with the other ones. If no one else could see you, how would you dress? This is gonna be the biggest the biggest indicator into what your style actually is. You know, I really do think that a lot of the time we dress in accordance to how other people want us to dress, or what society deems us to be normal or socially acceptable. Is this outfit too much? Am I too overdressed? Is this too bold? What if I stand out? So what if you stand out? If you want a life that is going to be meaningful, if you want a life that where you attract opportunities, you need to not be scared to stand out. Really think, what would I wear if no one could see me? Your wardrobe should tell a story of who you are, not who you're trying to impress. At the end of the day, yeah, we literally come here alone, we die alone, we are here by ourselves forever. Do you really want to spend your days, your limited time on this earth, dressing for the approval, the permission of other people that you never needed to have? That's how you want to dress, and watch how magnetic you become. Being able to express yourself authentically comes from a deep place of confidence. It comes from confidence and owning your values. It comes from confidence and owning who you are, your authenticity, your personality. It comes from every single aspect of your being. And when you are confident in owning those, you will naturally show up and you will naturally dress how you want to dress. When I was younger, I would always count down the days I could wear what these women were wearing. But when I got older and I went into my teenage years, I really struggled mentally. Naturally, my style reflected that. My style naturally reflected what I was going through at the time. So I would wear very dark clothes. I would wear, it sounds really dumb, but like I would wear, ring pulls from, like a can, yeah, you know the little things you get, the ring pulls. I used to wear them around my my necklace, wear chains and dark makeup, very dark clothes, and it's a reflection of my internal self. The older I got and the more I healed from this and the more I learned more about who I am and my values, what is important to me, I learned to love myself. I really became very interested in entrepreneurialism. This led me to start up my first business when I was 16, and so I was like, you know what, I'm gonna own this whole mentality. I'm gonna own me being a businesswoman, a business owner. And so what would I wear? I'd wear blazers. I'd wear full-on suits to college, right? Can you imagine? Yeah, literally 16-year-old me in like first year college, strutting in a suit, in heels, right? It's actually so funny. That was very important because from me dressing in that type of way, I learned that is my style. I learned I love structured outfits. I love overdressing. I love power dressing. I love dressing in alignment to who I want to be, to the person I want to become. I wanted to own multiple businesses and delve in my entrepreneurialism. You know, I've always been very entrepreneurial. I've always loved building things, but when I finally learned who I was, I learned that I was entrepreneurial. I learned that I wanted to own businesses. I learned that I wanted to embark on this venture, and naturally my style reflected that. So it really does just come from your internal state. It comes from how highly you value yourself and the type of person that you want to show up for yourself in the world. Okay, the next section which I want to talk about is to collect your inspiration with intention. I really do believe that Pinterest and TikTok are amazing tools for trying to find your personal style. You know, you have literally access to hundreds and thousands of people's different styles. You know, you can be on one side of TikTok where someone is dressing like they're a mafia boss's wife, or you can be on another side of TikTok where someone is dressing like a cat. You have complete different senses of styles, and I think this is a great way to try and discover your style. But here's my but, because you knew I was going to say but, right? You knew it. But it has to be intentional. Don't copy. What inspires you out of those two? What inspires you most? Don't just save everything that looks aesthetic. Save things that you know that you can incorporate into your own style. Also, start noticing things that are consistently reoccurring. Then this is where it gets fun. Create a vision board. If you are like me, if you are on your self-development journey, you may have heard a lot about vision board making. Find outfits that you really like, find things that really inspire you. It could be through a magazine, cut them out, or maybe save them on a Pinterest board. Start collating your ideas, because this is really going to be how you can sort of create a visual representation of your style. This vision board isn't to copy, it's to clarify. And you know what? Yeah, I'm gonna say it's okay if your style changes over time. It's okay, it's natural. We are always changing. I was not the same person I was yesterday. I was not the same person I was last year. Mentally, physically, and biologically, we are always changing. So if you realize in 10 years time, I used to dress in XYZ way and it's completely different now, that's okay. And what? Dress in that way. Your style is always changing. You're always evolving as a person. I think it's important to credit that. I think you recognize that we are always changing. I want to talk a little bit about something that I personally have always loved doing, and I think it's important to mention this because this is a big part of my personal style evolution, and that is Vogue. Come on, Vogue. So I love to flick through it. I love to look at the designs and look at the colors and look at the outfits that they are featuring in here and think, oh, I love that. It's about collecting inspiration. It's about understanding the style. And one thing which I love to do, and I want to get back into this, is I used to cut the magazines up and pick out a few of my favorite outfits and stick it on a big A3 piece of paper. Number 3 is curating your wardrobe. Finding your style is one thing. I've talked a lot about that, but curating it is something different. It means being selective. It means decluttering. It means picking out and removing items out of your wardrobe that no longer serve you. Did you buy this item 2 years ago and have never worn it since? Do you think you're gonna wear it again? Charity shop it, sell it, whatever it is, get rid of it, because likelihood is you are not gonna wear it. And the more you accumulate things that you are not gonna wear, further away and the more confusing it becomes trying to dress yourself. Now, I'm not saying go out and buy a whole new wardrobe. That is not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is start being more selective about what you are bringing into your wardrobe. When you do decide to go shopping or you see something you like, look at it and think, okay, am I buying this because it is trending and because everyone has one and it's trending for autumn 2025? Am I buying it because I know that I have got things back at home that I can wear with it? I've got things back at home that will go really nice with this and aligns to my style. Also aligns to that version of myself that I'm becoming. That's how you curate your wardrobe, is through investing in basics and then gradually incorporating unique things that reflect your quirkiness, things that reflect your personality, the things that reflect your values. To close off the video, I want to give a few little tips on styling for your authentic confidence. Number one is try layering textures. Maybe this could be denim on denim, satin on denim, velvet on denim, whatever it is, right? Try and layer textures. Next one is mix casual and dressy clothes. So for example, yeah, you could have a satin skirt. This satin skirt you could wear night or you could wear day. If you wanted to wear it at night time, you could add a really big heel, lots of bold jewelry, and maybe have your hair in a type of way, maybe more heavy makeup. If you wanted to wear it throughout the day, wear boots, and you could wear a jumper, and you could wear a little cute handbag, right? So what I'm trying to say is try and mix the two together, try and merge the two worlds together, because this makes your outfits more versatile. If you buy a clothing item that you know you can only wear to one event, what's the point? Unless it's like a big event, unless you're being invited to world premieres and stuff like this, then go you, I'm clapping for you, and please invite me. And the final and best styling tip I'm gonna give you is wear it with confidence. It doesn't matter, you could be wearing a bin bag. If you're wearing it with confidence, you have won. If you're wearing it with confidence, that outfit will be in a museum. It's all about the way you carry yourself. It's all about the way that you show up for yourself. Please just remember that finding your style is a journey. And it's a journey that is always changing, especially as you grow and heal and learn way more about yourself. That's why it's called a style evolution. It's because you're always evolving, you're always changing. So just take your time, learn about yourself, experiment, because when your style comes from a place of self-love and a place of authenticity, that becomes a style no one can copy. Thank you so much for watching this video. I really hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, I will leave the links to my podcast with my friend Flair. It's called Being Grounded in the description below. I will also leave the links to my other social media platforms, so be sure to give me a little follow if you want to see more content like this, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!